find me on here. Hey guys, if you are watching this, we're literally trying to take care of a few glitches before we actually start the live at 1. Take care of a few glitches before we actually start the live at... Yeah, mute that. Yeah, but is the orientation correct?
I think so. Look over here.
Okay.
That's right, right?
Okay, correct. Okay. Perfect. Oh man. All right. We're going to try our best here. That is correct. Okay. I think I'm too far from the screen here. It's amazing how... One second. I don't know. You got to just find it. So yeah, if you're watching this, guys, we're literally trying to work out some glitches here on our screen. I have to be able to see what I'm doing. And I know we don't officially start till 1, but we've had so many issues with the freaking live. I just needed to make sure we were good. So, all right, hang tight. Hang tight, guys, hang tight. We will be starting. It's unbelievable how many issues we've had going live with horizontal and vertical. I want to be able to make sure you guys are seeing the cards. That's not going to work. That's too low. Okay. That's definitely... All right. All right, Cameron, I need you to make sure I'm still horizontal if I do it this way. Still horizontal?
Yeah.
Okay. Hang tight, guys. We'll have this situated in a second. Because normally I do it off of my computer, but that's been glitchy. So I want to make sure we're good so I can see what I'm doing on the screen, you know? So we'll be starting in a few minutes. Give me 1 second. Okay. I don't know how to get rid of that.
I think either cancel or...
Yeah, it's not letting me. Sorry guys, we'll be starting literally in 5 minutes.
We don't see it here though.
What's that?
We don't see it here.
Okay. I just want to be able to see what I'm actually doing on the screen. So my mouse is not working.
Oh.
So it's not letting me actually cancel that out. I mean, it is what it is. I'll work with it. I will work with it. Okay. It's so frustrating, guys. I really wanted to make the screen larger, but it's not even... It's useless. Okay. We're just going to go with what we've got. We're going to go with what we've got. And Cameron, you're going to have to tell me if I go off screen. All right. So I think, even though it's 12:56, I'm going to start focusing on what decks I will be using today. Yeah, it doesn't show me anything. It doesn't show me comments. It does not show me how many people are tuning in. You're going to be able to see all that. I'm just glad we are
right.
we're horizontal today. All right, so I'm still just, you know, picking decks. Feel free to go ahead and add in the comments the Venmo, Cash App, and PayPal information. Make sure you add the S at the end because that wasn't on there before. I am still going to try. What is wrong with you? There we go. Miracle. Okay. Hi guys. All right, we're gonna start soon. I'm just thrilled that we were able to get this thing to be horizontal today. We did the live stream on Sunday, and if you tuned into that one, you'll know that it was in the wrong direction, unless you were on your phone. So thank you so much for tuning in. If you're here, this is something that we're going to be doing every Wednesday and Sunday. You know, so if during the week you're wanting guidance on a particular thing, whether it's love related, whether it's focusing on finances, career, you know, whatever the subject line is for your particular question or reading, so you can get a personal mini one on Wednesdays and Sundays. And we're going to do them at 1 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. Hi, Estelle. Oh, wow, you're from the Netherlands. How exciting. Well, we are here in California. We're in Los Angeles. Thank you so much for tuning in and watching. And you are Pisces. Fantastic. So we're going to start our general love forecast in a couple minutes. Just give folks the opportunity to hop on. If you have any questions, my daughter Cameron is our moderator, so she'll be able to help answer any questions that you have, especially if you're wanting to have your own mini reading here today. So, of course, it's available through Super Chat, but she's also included the Venmo, Cash App, or PayPal information in the comments. All right, so I'll start off with general love forecast for the collective, whoever is tuned in. All right, so I like to start off with letters. For those of you who are already familiar with my style of readings, I like to just tap into who might be thinking about you, and I love tapping into letters because it could give you an indication of who is thinking about you, you know, or it could even include letters that could be a part of your name, letting you know it's like, okay, wait a minute, once we get into these messages, there really could be something here for you, right? So let's start with that. All right, let's grab some letters, guys. Actually, it's not exactly one. We started a few minutes early just to make sure we were horizontal today. Again, those of you who might have tuned in on Sunday, it was vertical, even though I hit horizontal, and it just was not cooperating with me. So I think we figured that out here today. So, all right, let's start with the letters that could be a part of yours or your person's name if you are thinking of someone at this point in time. I have combined a couple of alphabet decks, so we could get double letters, and what that basically means in certain scenarios, maybe you and your person might share the first letter, the same letter, or the same first letter for the last name. It could also be somebody's initials. All right, so let's get started with that. Angels and spirit guides, please, for today's live stream message. Let's grab some letters. All right, first one is an E. W. That E is for you, Estelle, since you were the first one that commented. So EW. We have Y coming through. We have an N. We have a B. Okay, so this is one of those examples where we've got double Y coming through, you know, so maybe you and your person both have Y's in your name, or that, again, could be somebody's initials. All right, let's see what else. We have a J. Somebody's initials could be EJ, kind of getting that for somebody. We have a T. Let's grab a few more. O is coming through, so any of these letters could be making sense for somebody. I see Tony here. We have an I. I'm also picking up Wayne for somebody. Bonnie could also be coming through. Irwin is presenting itself here. I'm also getting Janet. We have D. Okay. David presenting itself. Could be Dave, Davy, Ursula. I'm hearing Ivan, Ian, also Brian as well. So those are just some names that are coming through here. Let's grab a couple more. We've got double J. So somebody could be JJ. That could be somebody's nickname, or, you know, again, somebody's initials, or you and your person both have names that start with a J. Let me grab one more here. And we have an O. So we're getting double letters for some of you. Double O, double J, double Y. J-O-Y, joy. It is the season, right? So play around with those letters. You can always go back and tune in and watch this after it's been broadcast if nothing is jumping out for you, or you might happen to run across this live stream after it's been broadcast. You could be single and maybe you might end up meeting people with these initials, or it could, of course, be a part of your name. All right, so let me set that aside. Let's grab some zodiac signs. So it could be Sun, Moon, Rising, or Venus. And I've combined a couple of decks here, so we could get double or triple placements for a particular sign. Could be focused on you. It could be the other person. That is if you are focused on somebody. All right, so we're starting off with Libra here. We also have Leo coming through. Somebody's name could also be Leo. We have Virgo, Taurus. Okay, so if any of those signs are making sense. We also have Gemini, Aries. Let's grab a couple more here. So I'm getting double Virgo. That could make sense for some of you. So again, wherever it is in their placement in their chart, doesn't have to just be sun sign. Let me grab one more. And could also be double Taurus there. So maybe you and your person have these signs in your chart. All right, so that's what's coming through at this time. So I wanted to go ahead and grab some descriptions of who might be coming through for you today. So let's take a look at that energy. Angels and spirit guides, please, for those who are tuned in and whoever catches this message after it has been streamed, let's grab some descriptions. So these are huge cards. I'm just going to fan them out and be guided to them. So we're starting off with, you will meet your ideal partner at a sports event. That could be a reality for some of you. Maybe the person that you're focused on could really be into sports, or they are, you know, very active in a particular sport. Your person's birthday will be in September. So if that is the case, we're looking at Virgo and Libra, right? And if I'm not mistaken, Libra did come through already. So that could be significant for some of you. Let's see what else. Your ideal mate will have very long hair, or it could be describing you as well. It doesn't just have to be the other person. You, I think, did we get you already? If not, yes, we did. So you is coming through. And somebody could be thinking of you in particular. All right, we have your person is a social butterfly and is always the life of the party. Some of you guys, especially if you're single or unattached right now, or you're in separation from your person, it could be an event, a party, a social gathering where you guys are able to reconnect, or that's where you met or will meet. Somebody has brown eyes. That could be you, that could be them. We have Aquarius coming through as well. Okay. You will meet your ideal partner during the fall season. Technically, this is the fall season for us. So, you know, this could be what's currently coming towards you, or you certainly have the capability to attract somebody or to make that connection. Could be a significant time for some of you as well. you and your future love. So this seems to be coming through for my singles, since for some of you, maybe you haven't met this person yet, but it could also apply to those of you who are thinking of someone. You guys are coming through as coming from the same ethnicity. Let me grab a few more here. We also have Z presenting itself here. We've got A, so a few more letters coming through for the collective. Your ideal mate will be a great lover. Okay, so they could be very romantic, sweep you off your feet. This is the next card. Your person loves to hug and kiss you, so they could be very affectionate. Maybe you are as well. Let's grab a couple more. You will meet your ideal partner in a cafe. That could make sense for somebody, or maybe you work in a cafe. Maybe they do. Somebody loves coffee. And lastly, your ideal mate is a great conversationalist and be a good listener. You know, and that's a really nice quality to have, to be able to have, you know, quality conversations with each other where there are no silent, awkward moments. You guys just flow. You know, the conversation isn't forced. You know, it just makes sense when you guys are together. You never run out of things to say to one another, right? So that's what's coming through there. Let's go ahead and get into the actual meat of the message, so to speak. And I've been guided to a couple of decks, so we'll see what presents itself there. I'm going to start off with the relationship design cards. This one's by Sister Moon Tarot. And if you've just now hopped on, after the general love forecast, we'll go ahead and do some personal mini readings for anybody who wants that. Let me read your comment here, Estelle. You're married but not aligned anymore, but I met someone from a warm country. His name begins with an H. Scorpio. Okay. So let's see if I'm able to pick up off of that energy for you. And for the collective, angels and spirit guides, what do we need to know at this time? We've got confidence, self-worth, authentic, empowered. That could be how you're feeling right now, or that could be what it is that you feel the need to work on if you're not feeling very confident. We do have divine, of God, divinely orchestrated, divine counterpart. So this person could, it might even feel like you've met your soulmate. For some people, it could be like a twin flame connection. So if the stars truly are meant to align for you and this individual, hopefully removing whatever obstacles are standing in the way. We'll see. Look at that. Pay attention to the signs that are presenting itself in your life. You know, for others, it might not be significant, but for you, there could be a particular number, an animal crossing your path, a particular message that you see. You know, it could even be a song that you hear on the radio. It's just something that means something to you, you know, and you'll understand it when you see it. Let's see what else. Angels and spirit guides, please, for the collective, what else do we need to know here today? Betrayal. Okay, so I mean, obviously take that if it makes sense. If you've been betrayed in a relationship, dishonest, disloyal, broken, this could, for some of you guys, maybe indicate a third-party situation, but that won't apply to everybody. It doesn't necessarily mean that you were in a relationship where they cheated on you, but for some, that might make sense. This is the next card. We do have unexpected romance. So it could be one of those things where one chapter wraps up because of this betrayal, and maybe you find yourself not trusting this person anymore, and you might just be looking for a different connection. You know, maybe you've already broken things off with this individual. It's unexpected, so it's one of those things where you're not going to see it coming. It's a surprise. Okay, so let's find out a little bit more with some tarot here. Angels and spirit guides, please. For whoever needs these messages, what do we need to know? So for those of you that don't know, we will be doing these on Sunday, every Sunday and every Wednesday until further notice, 1 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. So yeah, we'd love to see you on Sunday as well. We're starting off with the star guys. All right, we saw Aquarius earlier. So I feel either you're wishing for something to manifest, or somebody that maybe you're at a distance from, there could be some issues going on there. They're holding on perhaps to this hope that you guys can ultimately work it out. It might have something to do with this situation that might have contributed to a tower moment. I can't help but feel that it could be third party. Could have been a third party situation. Maybe you unexpectedly found that out, or you had your suspicions and it came to light. So this is maybe a situation that ended up hurting you. And just when I said that, look at this, 3 of Swords. There's the pain. There's the heartbreak. Could be a love triangle. But if it's not that, this is somebody that hurt you regardless. You know, maybe they just stopped putting in their effort in the relationship after a while, but it's hurtful, you know? So if, let's just say you're in separation, in your connection, you're not with this individual and you still have love in your heart for them, I love how it's lining up in this way, because it really is divinely orchestrated. If you guys are meant to find your way back, and if that's what you're wishing for, then there's the potential for this situation to manifest itself and to return. So again, pay attention to the signs that is coming your way. Okay, so if you relate to this, if somebody did hurt you, if somebody cheated on you, if they betrayed your trust, could have been third party. What I'm seeing here, first and foremost, is that that third party situation might no longer be a factor, and maybe now they're taking a look at this and regretting the things that they've done, regretting the fact that you guys went into separation if that's what happened, or they might have just regretted not putting in more effort, not putting their best foot forward. Maybe they also feel that it's just been too much water under the bridge. Maybe it's just too much time since you guys connected, and either they're embarrassed to reach out, or they could be feeling that, you know, if they were to reach out, that you might reject them, or you wouldn't be open to talking to them possibly. There's something that's holding them back, even though they want to return. We do have the Knight of Pentacles coming through. So I'm kind of feeling a masculine energy here, guys. This could have been a masculine that betrayed you, Divine Feminine. And so, yes, they regret it. They feel perhaps that you have disconnected from them, even energetically, and knowing that they want you back, perhaps. That could be where this unexpected romance is coming from. They want to be able to return. It can even be a situation where they realize that, you know, they're going to just not succeed in this, but they're going to try anyway. For some of you, maybe that's what it is that you want them to do, you know, to kind of win you back, to do whatever is necessary to prove to you that they want you back. It could be something like that. But we do have some masculines coming through here. And why it's such a slow moving energy, because they want to be able to revive this, but they're also afraid that it's just going to fall flat, that it's not going to ultimately work. So they do feel that it could be a missed chance that they've had, because either they waited too long, or they just didn't do anything about this when they had the chance to. But yeah, what I'm seeing here, guys, is that they want a new beginning. But this could also be indicative of somebody completely brand new that's coming in, for those of you who've already walked away or moved on from a relationship with somebody that hurt you, and you're not interested in reconnecting. You're not interested in a reconciliation, even though that's what they want. Maybe for some of you guys, you're just ready for a new chapter. It's like, I've had enough of this. I'm ready for something new. You know, could be something like that. Knight of Cups. All right, Divine Feminines. This could come in one of two ways. A masculine that you're missing and you want them to come back. They might sweep you off your feet. They might surprise you by reaching out and wanting to reconnect. But for some of you guys, It could be a completely brand new connection that could also sweep you off your feet, because it could be perhaps one of the most romantic connections that you'll ever experience. Amazing. Wow, we've got the World card coming through here. Okay, so cycles that have completed and are phasing out. It's preparing you for something new, guys. So there's a lot of things that are about to come into play here. I don't think that it's gotten here quite yet, but it's on its way to you. So it's a nice energy, certainly as we are close to wrapping up this year, right? So you'll be entering 2026 with some pretty good momentum to be able to get things moving when it comes to your love life, when it comes to your finances, maybe career opportunities, your friendships, the way you interact with your family. I feel there's a lot of really nice new energies and opportunities that will be presenting itself to you. Really like that. Your friendships could also be very important to you, and these are the people that will always be there for you no matter what, you know, your ride or die. And maybe the holiday season could also be a very busy time for you. You know, it doesn't necessarily have anything to do with your romantic life. I'm just feeling here close connections that you have in your life, friendships, best friends. A lot of people are doing, what is it? The Friendsgiving celebrations, you know, prior to Thanksgiving for those who celebrate. So I feel if you're tuned in and if you're really tied into that type of vibe and energy, the holiday season could actually be really busy for you in a really good way. So that's cool. Look at this. We've got the Two of Swords followed by the Ace of Wands. So what I feel is there are particular connections or scenarios where you know it's not going to go anywhere, or they know it's stuck. You know, you guys are at a stalemate. It's not moving because either it's run its course or you're no longer interested in reconnecting with this person. So there's some sort of blockage there, but perhaps you put the blockage there for a reason, you know, so that they, in a way, aren't able to reach out to you. They can't talk to you. You might have blocked them maybe on social media. You might have changed your phone number, whatever the case is. But there is someone from your past who wants a new beginning. Whether or not you entertain that, that's totally up to you. But I like how the Ace of Wands is coming through here to give you the choice, to give you the opportunity to decide for yourself, you know, what do you want? Do you want this person back, or do you just want a new beginning for yourself, right? Let's see what else. I'm going to turn on my fan. It's like hot in here. Okay, I got it. I'm like, why is it so hot in here? Or is it just me? It's just me? Oh, goodness. Yeah, we've had rain here in Southern California. I don't know, you know, where you're from. Maybe the weather is totally different, but we've had some pretty good rain over here. Today it's not raining, but it's a little bit on the chilly side. Let's see. Divine Feminine, you're coming in as the Queen of Swords. Okay. The Fool. Six of Cups. There's somebody from your past who's thinking about you. They still think about you. Even though you might have decided to end things, even though you might have maybe decided to walk away, especially if they cheated on you or lied to you or broke your trust, whatever the case might be, you know. Namira, oh, you're in the Netherlands as well. So Estelle and Namira, you're both from the Netherlands. How cool is that? Thank you so much for tuning in, guys. Even though we're in California, I love to hear that other folks throughout the world are able to tune in and watch this. It's wet and cold. I can relate to that. That's how we were a couple days ago. Wow, I would love to see the Netherlands someday. My husband's actually from England, and we have yet to go there. We've been married almost 30 years, and we have yet to actually go there. And I'm actually from the Philippines, so we need to be able to visit each other's country, you know, where we were born, and we just haven't had the opportunity to do so. We really got to knock that out. All right, so what am I getting here? Someone from your past thinking about you. Here's the memories right here. They're kind of wrapped up in what happened before, you know, whether it was negative, but I'm also feeling that there are some pretty amazing memories that they continue to tap into. And with the magician, what they're wanting is to manifest something tangible. They want to be able to see you face to face. You know, the memories are nice, but they want to be able to see you for real, you know, in real life. They want to be able to rekindle this romance. Now, is that something that you want as well? So it's possible, you know, for some of you guys, because we do see the unexpected romance right here. Ooh, you have famous windmills. How nice. That's awesome. Must be so beautiful there. All right, let's see what else before we switch gears here. But I am getting that for some of you, that there's someone from your past who still loves you. You guys might have had a painful breakup, but I do feel, you know, they regret it. They regret it big time, and wishing if we had a time machine, they would want to go back in time to undo the damage. That's what I'm getting from this person. And then we have the Ace of Pentacles, which is such a nice energy of prosperity. If you are desiring to have a reconciliation with someone, and if you are able to reestablish that connection in the 3D, I feel it's worth hearing them out, because I feel this person has experienced life without you for sure. They don't want to be without you. They are thinking about you, still very connected romantically to you. And, you know, it might be worth hearing them out, what it is that they want to say. There could be an apology there. I feel if they're wanting a reconciliation, this is somebody who's going to pour their heart out to you. They're not going to mince words, because they know that their time really to convince you to take them back, it's very limited. So they don't want to waste your time. They want to definitely let you know that they still care for you and love you. You're still a part of their heart, and really wanting you to reconsider whether or not you would be a part of their life or not. Let me grab one more here. Give me one more card for the collective here. Wow, so Divine Feminine, you're really coming through as a very empowered energy for this reading so far. You know what it is that you want in your life. And people that fall short of being able to match up to your energy, you're not going to put up with it. You know, you're not going to be putting up with the nonsense. You're not going to be putting up with infidelity, trust issues, betrayal, drama. You know, Queen of Pentacles, very giving person, has a good heart, very nurturing, very maternal. I feel both of these energies, it's focused on feminines that are able to stand on their own 2 feet. You know, you don't need the masculine to complete you. You are complete within yourself. And the right person coming in would simply add to your life rather than completing you. That's something that you have been able to achieve already or are about to. So that's what I'm getting so far, guys. All right, let's grab another set of cards and see where else we can go. All right, so I'm drawn to my Silhouettes deck here. If you've just now tuned in, guys, we're doing a general love forecast, and anybody who is interested in getting your own personal mini reading, so I will be doing them after the general love forecast. So it is $22.22 per question. If you have any other questions, my daughter Cameron is our moderator here today. She'll be happy to answer any questions that you have. So of course that's available through Super Chat. I believe she posted in the comments the Venmo, Cash App, or PayPal information if you don't have the Super Chat option. All right, so let's go ahead and see what else. Angels and spirit guides, please, for the collective, whoever is tuned in and in need of guidance. What's the vibe? So we've already seen one storyline come through, having to do maybe with ex-partnerships. They ended up hurting you. Either it was infidelity, third party, whatever the case, but it could have resulted in a tower. So let's see if this second batch of cards is still focusing on that, or if it's a completely different energy. Okay, so we've got melancholy. Sometimes I'm overwhelmed by this blanket of sadness, this emptiness, knowing we're apart, knowing that I'm the reason why. So there's somebody coming through in this reading. They recognize that they messed up. They know that they are ultimately the reason why they are not with you right now. We do have the possibilities card right next to that. As long as you realize there are no limits, it is truly endless. So go live your best life today. That could be where you're at, you know. Yes, you might have experienced heartbreak, a painful breakup, but I'm just feeling for the collective, for those of you who are tuned in at this time, you're not letting that stop you from living, you know? You're just moving forward. You're not really stuck in the past, but you could have maybe an ex-partner who is a little bit stuck in the past. They can't seem to move on, especially if they feel they are at fault for the reason why you guys are not together. Let me grab another. Let's see what else. What else here? Caged. You're not imprisoned or trapped unless you allow yourself to be. Open the door and walk out. So if this is something that you relate to, you know, if you're no longer happy in an existing partnership, but maybe you guys have been together a long time. Some of you could be, you know, married, but you're not feeling it. And I know that, Estelle, that's kind of the vibe that you mentioned earlier. You know, you have the freedom to be able to do with your life whatever it is that you choose. And if you're no longer feeling pulled towards a situation, a relationship, then you have to question, you know, why are you there? And what obstacles are in the way that are preventing you from creating movement forward. Okay, that's the vibe that I'm getting from that. Let's see what else. What else for the collective? So we have a broken feminine coming through here. So I feel for my feminines today, if you relate to this one, this could be a masculine that broke your heart. You know, we saw the betrayal from earlier. So maybe at this time as well for my feminines, there's this really important need to give back to yourself, to focus on your healing. Let me grab one more here. I'm telling you guys, there's something about that vibe, that energy that is presenting itself here. So that's got something to do perhaps with third parties or betrayals, as we saw earlier. So temptations, not everything you see is meant for you to have. But maybe somebody crossed the line here, and it's right next to the broken feminine card. So I can't help but feel that it could be the feminine that ended up getting hurt as a result of maybe a masculine entertaining other connections, if that makes sense. Okay, so let me go ahead and clarify with tarot here. So very similar messages, honestly. Angels and spirit guides, please. What else do we need to know for the collective? Hi, Simran. I just saw your message there. Yeah, I'd love to be able to do a reading on your career ahead. So yeah, it's 2222 for your reading. You could either do that super chat or one of the other payment options that's mentioned in the comments there. All right, guys, so we've got the Queen of Swords. This one, interestingly enough, it's in the reverse. Okay, so for some of my feminines, perhaps because you are still nursing a broken heart or whatever this pain might be representing, the Queen of Swords in the reverse can represent a feminine perhaps that is lacking direction, you know, or maybe you feel like life is just so unpredictable that you're feeling overwhelmed or a little bit lost right now. Interesting. It's very similar in energies, guys. With the Judgment card, that's a past influence right there. So I'm still getting there's someone from your past who hurt you, you know, they may resurface either before the end of this year or maybe early part of next. This is somebody who has gotten their wake-up call, and they recognize perhaps that there's something very special still about you, about the connections, about the memories that you guys have shared, you know. This could come through as an apology because they are feeling remorseful over something that they did or said. And you couple that up with the temptations and the betrayal card we got earlier. So it could have been, you know, infidelity, unfortunately, if that's something that you relate to. And the cards have spoken. Look at that, Seven of Swords. Deception and lies. Somebody that's dishonest. They weren't being upfront. They're keeping things from you. Maybe they kept secrets. It could have been a secret affair, honestly. You know, so if this is your situation, if you relate to this, it's interesting how it's right next to the caged card. You're not imprisoned or trapped. So if somebody is disrespecting you in this way, there's the door. You know, you can open up that door and find freedom for yourself to be able to attract somebody who is worthy of you. You don't have to put up with this. But I do feel there's someone from your past who might resurface and apologize for being this type of character, for putting you through so much because they were dishonest. You couldn't trust them. Three of Wands. We do have the Hermit. You know, maybe Divine Feminine, because of what you've been through. If you relate to this, maybe you are coming through with that Hermit energy where you'd rather just spend time on your own. Just be single for a good minute and kind of just recalibrate your experience before you can move forward. Love will find you again. You know, it will find you again. So try to not be discouraged. The future can look bright. It can still be positive, you know. But this makes sense for me. Look at how these cards are coming through. We've got the Five of Wands. That is followed by the Three of Swords. That is followed by the Lovers. Okay? So the Three of Swords, I mean, we see the pain. We see the broken heart. We see that it could possibly have been a love triangle. Now, again, take that only if it makes sense, because it's not going to relate to everybody's situation. If it wasn't that, there's still something here that you experienced in your romantic life that hurt you. But it's hard to ignore because Five of Wands and the Lovers can indicate, you know, the competition, other people that are in the picture. You know, maybe this person was hiding this person from you, didn't want you to know, because the Lovers card comes down to the choices, you know, the decisions that are made. And I have a feeling here somebody didn't exactly take that in regard when they ended up hurting you. They wanted what they wanted when they wanted it. You know, it was a temptation, but they failed to recognize that not everything they saw was meant for them to have. And so there are lines here that truly were crossed, and it hurt you. So put yourself first. You know, you deserve more than what is coming through in this reading, if this is your experience. Or some of you guys might have your suspicion that that's what's going on, and maybe you needed clarification on that. Maybe you need clarity, and maybe this is the clarity that's coming through here. Because I'm kind of picking up the energy that they feel attracted to somebody else outside of the connection. And so it might have started off as a fantasy, and that was a fantasy that became a reality, unfortunately. You know, the temptation was real, and they decided to go for it. Ten of Wands, okay. So one of two things. If you are carrying the burden, like if you're still feeling this heavy energy in your heart because of something like this, you know, obviously there's this need to really focus on your healing, especially my feminines, which is why we've got the broken feminine card coming through there, you know. But if it's not you, if you have focused on your healing, if you have moved on, if you're ready for something new, then this is coming through as the person who ended up hurting you. They recognize that they hurt you. They regret that they hurt you. And so now here they are carrying this heavy load on their shoulders, wishing that they didn't do whatever it was that they did. And the Chariot is here for you, I feel, you the viewer, you know, life moves on. You can overcome the challenges of what you've been through, whatever that is. Again, it doesn't have to be a third party. It does not have to be infidelity. But this right here is giving you the opportunity to create movement in your life, to be able to move on from whatever happened, whether it was a tower moment, whether it was, you know, a romantic partner that betrayed you, could have been a friendship that, you know, went south, whatever it is. It doesn't have to be just tied into your romantic life, but it's kind of hard to ignore based off of what I'm seeing here. If there was deception and lies, a partner more than likely that was not trustworthy. Three of Pentacles, okay. Eight of Wands. If you are on that path where you're done and you're just ready for a new chapter in love, it will come. I'm seeing pretty positive things coming through here. So if there's a stalemate situation, which we saw earlier, there's a reason for that. Either it's not moving because you don't want it to, you're done, or it's not moving because of something that they've done, you know, and you're still hurting. And maybe you're not sure whether or not you would even want to talk to this person again. But I do feel that you will attract the right amount of people to come towards you. And you're just going to see as the months unfold, heading into 2026, you're going to see your love life picking up a little bit for the better. You're not going to be sitting at home being lonely. No, you're good. You're going to find somebody who's on the same page as you. And it'll be exciting, you know. We saw the Nine of Cups earlier, so romance will find you. Romance will truly find you. You have to be able to decipher the good from the bad, because not every person that's coming towards you will be a good option, you know. So just make sure that their intentions are pure. And the way you will know that is by trusting your heart, trusting your gut. And my feminines, you're coming in also with the energy of the High Priestess, which is excellent. So this is you guiding yourself to be able to trust what you feel, to be able to trust your intuition, because it will serve you well. It will serve you well. Justice will prevail. Justice is about fairness. So you will have your day, you know. For some of you guys, take it again if it makes sense. If you're dealing with some sort of legal issues, this coming through at this time, I do feel that it will fall in your favor. Okay, maybe that's something that you needed to hear. For my viewers, I do feel that you're able to stand on your own 2 feet, you know. Some of you could be entrepreneurs. Some of you might be doing quite well when it comes to your finances. We do see financial independence right there. Okay, so you're able to stand on your own 2 feet. Maybe business, maybe your career is looking up. But when it comes to your romantic life, this person, again, if it was third party, I feel maybe at this point they're single. They're not with anybody. Nine of Pentacles could be a very solo, independent energy. So maybe they've worked on their career. Maybe their finances have much improved. But it reminds me of somebody who's got everything materially, but they don't have the one thing that they really want, which is the love of their life. And that can apply to those of you who are in separation. And Divine Feminine coming in with the energy of the Empress. So you are where you need to be, or you're about to be, Divine Feminine. You know, this is a very empowering energy focused on the feminines, because you can actually create the life that you want in every aspect of your life, you know. And you're very giving. You have a good heart, but sometimes, you know, we tap ourselves out by giving to people that don't deserve what we're giving them, you know. So you got to put yourself first. You got to put yourself on your own priority list, because you're just as important. Loving yourself is just as important. The Star. Whatever it is that you are wishing for at this time, whether it's related to your love life, whether it's related to maybe finances, you know, maybe something is going on aside from just the love life situation. You're putting that energy out there, or you should, especially if you truly believe that it's something that you can manifest in the 3D. And it has the capability to manifest. If it doesn't happen this year, I'm just kind of feeling this vibe of maybe springtime for next year. So that's a nice energy. Whatever it is that you're wishing for has the capability to manifest. And look at this. There's that Two of Swords. Whatever is no longer meant to be a part of your future, it's not going anywhere. Okay, so you have to assess, what is this referring to? Why is there a stalemate there? I feel, and I felt it earlier, that it could be a situation that you're no longer invested in. So even if the other person wants it, if you don't want it, you know, that's it. That's where it stays. It could also be an indication of being real with what it is that you're wishing for. So you got to be realistic. Is it something that really can manifest? So that's important as well. Because, you know, it could be one of those situations where you're putting that vibe out there for the universe to manifest it. But maybe if it's not happening, that's because either timing is off, or you're meant to manifest something way bigger than what you're dreaming about, whatever it is that you're wishing for. You know, you could bring it in. All right, let's grab one more card from here. We've got a masculine coming in with the King of Cups, which kind of makes sense for me, especially for those of you who are in separation, especially if there were tower moments, if they hurt you, if there was infidelity, trust issues, whatever might have happened. I feel this is a masculine who has really grown up in a sense. They now see what it is that they need to do to be able to win you back, to be able to be a part of your life again. So this is a masculine perhaps who's learned some major lessons. They're really wanting to offer that cup of love to you, Divine Feminine. And if you're willing to accept it, for some of you guys, there is the possibility that you can work it out with someone from your past. Okay? Because the Chariot right here, that's what it's doing. It's allowing you to overcome the challenges, the obstacles, whatever has stood in the way of maybe union, right? So if you guys are on board, if you're both on the same page, then it can happen. Okay? All right, so let me grab one more batch for the general love forecast. And again, anybody who's interested in getting your own mini reading here today, I'd love to do that for you if you have a question that I can answer through a reading. So it is $22.22 for a reading, either through Super Chat or Cameron, can you, is it pinned at the top, the Venmo, Cash App, and PayPal options? So yeah, anybody who wants a reading here today, you're welcome to go ahead and request that. All right, so let's grab one more batch of cards for the collective, for the general love forecast. We have compassion, extend yourself, love and grace, absolutely. Extend others love and grace. I feel based off of what we have seen today, you've already done that. You've already extended yourself to the point where you forgot about yourself, you know? So it's time to put you back on your priority list, as I mentioned. This is the next card. You can weather any storm. And the storm for me represents that tower moment. You can overcome that if you've been through that. You are stronger than you know. Absolutely. Tap into your strength. You know, you can get back up. You will be able to move forward. You can take baby steps if you need to. This is the next card. We have restoration. What was meant to go had to leave, or it's about to leave. What is meant to stay will always find a way to restore. So if something is not quite happening as far as restoration in your life, again, love life, any other aspect of your life, whatever it is that you're wanting to restore and rebuild and bring back, if it truly is meant to be, if it truly is meant to return and come back, hopefully better than how it was, then truly I feel the stars will align for you. So let's go ahead and grab one last batch of tarot here. And if y'all don't already follow me on Instagram, it's The Celestial Forecast by Carrie on there. All right, here we go. And of course, if you don't already subscribe to my channel, I'd love it if you do. Angels and spirit guides, please. We've got the Seven of Cups. I like that because the ball is in your court. You get to decide. You get to decide where you go from here, what steps you need to take. You know, because by the time you get here, you've already gained a lot of wisdom. You know what has hurt you. You know the direction that you need to go, or you're about to get that clarity. You know, so not all of these cups will be good for you. You need to be able to decipher what's good and what's not so good for you. And I feel you've already got the tools that's necessary to be able to figure that out. Love it. We've got the Sun. We have the Emperor. So remember, guys, earlier we ended up getting the Empress. So divine counterparts, a perfect match. Maybe there's somebody here that you already consider to be your perfect match. If not, what I feel, again, you know, you'll be able to overcome the difficult moments in your life. What will be restored is meant to be restored. For those of you in separation and wanting that reconciliation, if it truly is meant to be, and if it's a good idea to try again, to be able to address the issues and overcome that, I feel it's lining itself up in this way because this is the destination that you're meant to go, that the path forward looks good. So this could be a masculine that will return, will show up for you, Divine Feminine. Happiness and success. And that applies, again, to every aspect of your life. It's not just pertaining to your love life. It's everything. Ten of Pentacles, financial windfall. It seems, for some of you anyway, that financially, maybe career-wise, things are going to be looking up if it isn't already. Could be a promotion. It could be a change of career. You know, whatever the case might be, this is an improvement when it comes to your money, your finances. That's awesome. When it comes to your love life, it's just as amazing because the Ten of Pentacles represents a secure bond, a strong bond. It does represent a perfect match in certain instances. It's long-lasting. It's happiness. It's security when it comes to your love connection. So that looks good. Look at this, guys. All right, take it if it makes sense, especially if you feel that you have met your twin flame, you know, or you're on a trajectory to be able to make that type of love connection. You'll know it when you experience it. Some of you guys might have already experienced it and you know that this person is your twin. But just because somebody's our twin flame, that doesn't guarantee that it's smooth sailing ahead. It's got its fair share of challenges as well, but it is a very deep connection unlike any other. So it does seem here, for those of you who are wanting a reunion, it is possible because this can represent a reconciliation right here. It really comes down to the choices that you both make to be able to get onto that same path that's illuminated for you. Let's see what else. Amazing cards, guys. We've got the Ten of Cups, joy and contentment. We've got the Fool. And we've got the World card. Very nice. So this, of course, represents family. It represents the ultimate experience in love. It could represent starting a family. You know, it could represent marriage. All of the amazing things that we would want in our romantic life. It's like a dream come true. Meeting your ideal mate, your person. A very happy environment, certainly. And really wanting a fresh new beginning when it comes to this relationship. So for some of you, it could be, again, a brand new relationship that really is or turns out to be your love of a lifetime. For some of you, maybe you feel that you've already met your love of a lifetime, but you guys are going through some stuff. So there is the possibility, again, with the Four of Wands, to have that reconciliation. It's not impossible. You know, old cycles could be phasing out, just like, you know, we're wrapping up 2025 to be able to welcome in 2026, which is really not that far off from now. So there's a lot of exciting things coming in for the collective. I feel, especially my feminines, you know, here it is again. There's the High Priestess. Maybe intuitively you already know what's up. Maybe intuitively you're feeling so many different energies and all of these good things that are wanting to come into your life, whether it's got something to do with love, romance, finances, career, whatever. So it looks good, really. I love it. Six of Swords. Now, all of us, I feel, we know when it's time to close the door to a situation. You know, we don't always do it. Like intuitively in our hearts, we know it's not good for us. So this is a reminder, you know, to leave the past where it is. Because you're meant to focus on the now. You're meant to focus on the direction that you're going so that you can have a bright, stable future. And again, it doesn't just apply to your love life. This can, however, apply to people, connections that you know are just not good for you, and it's time to really move on. It's time to leave that behind. Focus on a brand new chapter, a new cycle that's coming in, and that also is represented by the Fool and the World. Focus on the new. Focus on the new chapter, truly, that's coming in for you. And we've got the Nine of Cups. So there's something about the wishes, guys. Something about the wishes that you're making. The universe is listening. You know, that's the vibe that you're putting out there, or that's the vibe that you need to put out there. Because you really do have the capability to bring it in and manifest it and make it a tangible wish that actually becomes your reality. But first, you have to do this. Only if you feel you need to do that. Because for some of you guys, maybe you've already done it. There's nothing to let go of. There's no doors to close because you've already done it. You've done the work. So now it's time to manifest. And I'm feeling it for the next maybe 3 to 6 months. This is the time frame that I am intuitively getting for the collective. That there's a lot of really good things coming your way, whether it's love, whether it's finances, every other aspect that might be concerning you right now. I feel there will be a shift in that vibe, that energy, for you to be able to bring in such amazing things, guys. Really, really good. All right, one more card. One more card here. This is a reminder for you to know that whatever life has brought you, whatever life has challenged you with, that you will overcome it. That's the part of the energy of the Chariot, but I'm also feeling it with the Nine of Wands. It is a card of resilience, you know. You can get to the other side of that experience. Just be patient. Give it some time, you know. If you look at this card, we've got these dark clouds here, but we've got the sun as well. So the sun will shine bright for you. And the sun, of course, in tarot represents such amazing energies, right? Very happy, very positive. It's a card of joy. It's a card of success, something to celebrate. So that's the direction that you are going. Okay, so that's what I have, guys. That was an awesome general love forecast, in my opinion. That was really eye-opening. So I hope that, you know, there's something in the messages that you were able to relate to and to be able to uplift you and offer you some guidance and hope. All right, guys. So now I'm just going to open it up to who's here, whoever wants a question answered, anybody that wants a personal reading. And if not, no problem. We're going to be doing these every Wednesday and every Sunday unless I announce differently. And if you don't already follow me on Instagram, that's where I announce a lot of these things, but also the posts here on YouTube. So if you don't already follow me on Instagram, it's The Celestial Forecast by Carrie. Here on YouTube, Celestial Forecast by Carrie. So absolutely love your support, and subscribe if that's something that you want to do. And I'm not seeing any requests, so I think I'm going to go ahead and wrap it up here for today. And Namira, Estelle, thank you so much for tuning in from the Netherlands. We appreciate it so much. And hopefully you'll be able to catch us for future live streams. We intend to do them more regularly now. And I'll be posting new forecasts coming soon. Just been super busy. For those who don't know, I'm actually a financial professional, so I do that. And this is my side hustle, so I'm able to dedicate some time to this, of course, because I love it. So yeah, that's it for now, guys. Thank you so very much for being here, for tuning in, and we will catch you guys on the next one. On behalf of myself and moderator Cameron, we wish you guys the best. See you on Sunday.